Everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, but I wanted to come on and just have a little chit chat, have a little update. You're probably wondering why my mattress and pillows are in my living room. It's because right now where I live in Australia, specifically Western Australia, we're just about finished our strict 5-day lockdown, so that's been fun. So I decided to bring, because it's been really hot too, and my house is weird where like aircon doesn't work through, like it's only got one aircon and it doesn't work through my room, so I feel like I haven't had very good sleep either the last few nights, specifically in my room just with my fan, so moved it out here. Nice and comfy and cozy and right under the aircon. So you might see my cat or two walking around and saying hi and whatever. They can see you. Don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious. Okay, anyway. Also just like a little update on what's been happening. Oh, now you want to come and say hi. Where have I been? To be honest, the last like 10 months have actually been pretty, thankfully, very good in terms of like COVID and things like that from where I live anyway. Yeah, we just had to do a 5 strict lockdown and like slight restrictions for the next 8 days or so. Thankfully we're 5 days in and there's been no new cases. We've had like record high testing for us anyway, so it's been really good. Anyway, that's not about me. I mean, it kind of is. So this last 5 days have been actually, well, the first day was really, really hard just because when it was announced, like, TMI, I was on the first day of my period, just girly things, and my partner was working, and then because he technically, like, he lives with me, but he doesn't legally live with me, so he technically had to go back to where his dad lives, which is, yeah, not here. So that was actually really hard. Like, I got so emotional, I could not stop crying. I don't know what it was, but he had to come back briefly before 6 p.m. because that was when the new rules were going to come in for the lockdown. So then he came back, had to pick up his clothes, and then I was just a mess. I don't know what got over me. I think it was so sudden, and I just didn't expect it, and I just felt so, like, I was so used to that comfort zone of just having him around all the time. Well, almost all the time, aside from when he worked. And then this just suddenly happens and we're going to be away for 5 days or longer. I'm hoping that he can come back tonight after he finishes his shift. Just been sitting here licking my hands. And also this one was so smoochy. Like every time I would start to get teary, when laying down, she'd like run up and like crawl onto my chest and like lick my cheeks. It was so sweet. Yes. So sweet. Such a sweet girl. You little turd though. She may not look like it, but my gosh. She can be a turd. Well, I guess the first thing is that my partner and I are going to be moving in together fully, like towards like June, July, August. August is when my lease is up here. I've been here for nearly 4 years. August will be 4 years. So that's crazy. And obviously, well, not obviously, you guys don't know yet, but we actually are going to start trying for a family very soon. Towards the end of this, like towards the middle end of this year, like start planning for it. All that sort of stuff. So, we want to move into a bigger place because where I am now is only like a little 2x1. And this is as big as the house gets, like this is the biggest area. So yeah, so that's super fun. Excuse me, your claw is stuck, thank you. There's that, and then there's also a lot of like health stuff I had to keep on top of. I have an iron deficiency, so my iron's low at the moment, and it's no fault of my own, don't come at me, okay? I eat pork, I eat a lot of spinach and all that sort of stuff, so it's definitely not that. It's just I have an iron deficiency, so my iron's low at the moment. It's at 19. It's not the lowest it's ever been. The lowest was at 6, and that was like 6 years ago. that was when I had to have my first ever and hopefully only iron infusion. So right now I'm taking iron supplements, and then I'll soon start taking vitamins and minerals and stuff to help, because I'm going to be coming off the pill, because I've been on the pill for quite a long time, almost a decade actually, which is insane. If I kept going on the pill until next year, it would be a decade, which is crazy. So yeah, I just think it's time. And also TMI, I'm going to talk about girl stuff here. Hey, just me and you. Just like whatever. Okay, so my period, let's see. So I've obviously been on the pill for 9 years, and the reason why I got on the pill when I was 17, I was started getting irregular periods for like 3 or 4 months, and my regular periods were like really bad cramping. I would have a full 7-day period, and it ended up being like twice a month, the full 7 days. And then like the first 3 or 4 days would be absolutely horrible. Like I could not get out of bed, it was so painful. And obviously you can take that as you will, because everybody's pain threshold is different and blah blah blah. But for me, and what I was dealing with, it was really bad. So I was dealing with that, and then and then it got to the point where I was 17, and back then I think I was still not quite the age to like get my own prescription, or I don't know, minor or something, and my mum took me to her doctor, and I was like, yeah, she's having irregular periods, let's put her on the pill. So they put me on the pill, and I've been on the pill pretty much ever since. I've only changed pills once, and that was over a year ago, I think now. And I was on the Triathlon for a long time, and then for like 3 months it was completely out of stock, so I had to switch, and now I'm on the Lebanon pill, and I don't know, I'm just getting to a point now where I want to actually figure out why I was having irregular periods in the first place, because that was never investigated, which I feel like in hindsight it should have been, definitely. So I'm filming on my phone, and I'm looking at the screen because I'm also legally blind, so there's that. And also I have a voice impairment, there's that. Yeah. And also just, I've been obviously looking into a lot of things that go into your body, specifically like pills and things like that. So I want to be able to let go of that, and not have that. I don't like the idea of putting those kinds of chemicals into my body. So it's something that I've been thinking about a lot, and I've obviously been speaking to my partner about it, because TMI, again, we're already here, but we're sexually active, so it's something that we need to consider, especially since I'll be off the pill within the next month. I could very easily get pregnant, so I don't know why I'm telling anybody this. I just feel like talking. I often will write in my journal too about like how I feel in the situations and whatever. That's more private, but I just want to judge the camera. I don't care who's watching. I just want to, I don't know, and whoever watches it, thank you. You didn't have to, but thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Cringe. Anyway, what was I up to? Yeah, so it's like trying to navigate, obviously now that I am sexually active, it's like, obviously eventually we do want to start a family, so it's like, do we start that earlier, do we just wait? And I also need to figure out like how to track my cycle by myself, and like really get in tune with that, because I used to vibe, and I've just been on the pill for 9 years. I've never actually, even before that, I've never actually tracked my period, and now I'm getting older. I'm almost 26, so so it's something that I feel I need to take care of, and be more in tune with. So there's that. And then I also just bought, I haven't actually received them yet. If you want me to, I can do a review, but I just bought, yes, this is my other cat, Shafira. Yep, this one up here is Nala. Come here, sweet girl. Hi. So yeah, it's navigating that getting in tune with that. And then I also bought these cloth pads. They are the Hannah pads, which I secretly find hilarious. I'm not gonna tell you why, that's my little noggin secret. But I find that hilarious. So I bought them, but I actually bought them through another third-party website because I thought that they had the full week set, but they don't. And then I ordered the medium set or something like that, and then I found the full week set, so I was like, okay, I'll buy it on that, but then I had to cancel that because they're both through Afterpay. I had to like, yeah, so that's a work in process, but when it gets here, I'm definitely gonna try them. It's gonna be a weird time because I'm gonna be using them a lot, obviously, because when I get off the pill, I'm gonna have probably withdrawal bleeding, and then I'm gonna actually get my periods. It's gonna take some time getting used to, but I look forward to trying that out. If you want me to do a video on that, let me know, and I'll do that. Yeah, so it's all about navigating. If you guys have any tips on, what I can do to like help investigate my regular periods once I get my period back properly, that would be great. Let me just explain. That would be great because, as far as I'm aware, you can only do like hormonal tests and things like that. And keep in mind, I'm in Australia, so some of the things you might suggest might not be available here. I don't know, I'm just throwing that out there. Oh, sweet girl. Oh, another thing too, I've been off social media for except YouTube for, God, how long it's been now? 10th of January, so almost a month. Wow, I just realized that. That is crazy. Wow, I didn't even realize. And then I also downloaded this app on my phone. I think it's part of my phone, I don't know, but it's where it tells you how long you've been on your screen for. That's been very interesting. Even though I don't have social media, I still spend a lot of time, saving things to get for the new house and researching all sorts of different stuff and all that kind of thing. So that's been fun to navigate and figure out. But yeah, so I don't know. I wanted to express my feelings and thoughts in video, not just writing them down because that's all I do. And there's obviously certain things that I can't tell certain people because it's like I don't want to put a burden on them and all that kind of stuff. Let me know down in the comments below how you guys are feeling and how you guys are doing with the pandemic wherever you are. This is an open book, so please jot them down. I will gladly be your journal for the time being, as long as I'm on. I often come on and off with this video YouTube stuff because yeah, I get really, really inspired because I'm quite a creative person. I'm a graduate interior designer, so I'm like, go, and then I'll just plateau kind of thing. Just be like, nah, I'm not really feeling it. And that's months on end, if not years. That was a weird squeak in my voice, but anyway. Yeah, so there's this new development with my right eye that I've had within the past 8-9 months now, I would say. I have a vitreous gel detachment, so that's super fun, and I'm almost 26, so I should not be getting this, but long and behold, here we are. So it's just monitoring that. I do have an appointment next week on the 10th, so that'll be interesting. And my doctors have said if it's all good then, and if it's still stable, then I want to see you once a year. And I'm like, yep, that's cool. Expensive wise, not so much, but it's something that needs to be done. It should have been done for quite some time, but I just didn't think of it. I really didn't think I needed, I got my eyes checked every year in terms of spectacles, but that was as far as it went. So that was a big, huge navigation to try and get through last year, because going blind is obviously a really big fear of mine, being legally blind my whole life. That's still a big fear, and it's still something that I try to get my mind around emotionally, mentally, and working with, I see a psychologist as well, so working with her to try and navigate that and try to get through NDIS, but my doctors didn't put down the right information. They thought that me being legally blind and not being able to get a license doesn't affect my life. So apparently it doesn't, but it does. I catch public transport everywhere. I'm very high nearsightedness. I have the myopia 1, which is very, very high. So that's super fun. So yeah. And then obviously with my left ear, there's a whole issue with that. By the way, this is all like probably most of my things, like my voice, maybe my ears, I don't know, but my eyes and my voice specifically, it stemmed from me being very I was born 4 months, 18 weeks premature. I am not kidding you. If you want me to do a whole separate video on that, actually no, I'm gonna link you guys to, I'm not on it right now, but I do have TikTok, and I did a whole story of like, I called it Vocals of the Wind, just for fun. And yeah, so if you want to go and watch that, link down below, and just search for it, it'll be there. So I won't go into that now, and because I've already done videos on it, I don't want to stem through it again. So there's that. And yeah, with my left ear, I've had like minor, like lower frequency hearing loss for some reason. So my next ENT appointment, which is a follow-up from 6 months ago, will now to be 9 months or whatever. So my next one for my ENT is the 14th of April, which is not only 4 days from my birthday, but 2 months away. So that's fun to look forward to. And obviously, it's obviously like last year, June, July last year, was the hardest I've ever mentally gone through. I suffer from anxiety and some panic attacks every now and again. It gets really bad. And it was really bad. It was really bad. To the point where like I lied on the floor, and because I've read the Dare response, I thought that was absolutely brilliant, and I often, if I'm having it really bad, I'll often like use his meditation app to help, and that normally does it, but it was on a loop and it just wasn't clicking, you know. And at that moment I was like, am I gonna get through this? And I don't know how I did it, but it just proves how much strength I actually do have. But yeah, I got through it. How? I honestly can't tell you, because I don't know myself. I think somewhere very, very, very deep buried in the back of my consciousness, it was like, you know, you're so much stronger than you think. So yeah, but that was really, really, really hard. So yeah, life's just hard, and there are just things that you just ebb and flow with, and then there are just some things that just completely crush you and just make you fall. And it's just something that as you get older specifically, you know, like if there are people watching me that are in their mid-late teens, like once you get to my age and as I get older, like it's gonna be really apparent like how much growth you go through and how much you learn and how much bullshit you just don't care about either. Like there's so much stuff that 10 years ago I was obsessed with and I cared about, and now I'm just like, I don't even think about it. So little things like that really, really make a difference, and it's all just an experience. Like there are some things that I've gone through in my lifetime that nobody's, well, as far as I'm aware, nobody in my personal life has gone through. So, you know, like for instance with my eyes, none of my family members have gone blind unless they're very, very old, you know. Yeah, like nobody is legally blind. There's obviously eye issues, but that's just from getting older. You know, nobody in my family has had a legally blind family member, so it's just something that they're having to get used to too. And obviously as I learn things, I teach them, and you know, they ask me a lot of questions, and I'm like, but I guess kind of a limitation, but also don't want to call it that, because I've limited myself a lot throughout my life, and I want to try and stop that. So more of it, I look at it more now as a challenge. And I'm an Aries, so I like a good challenge. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for me. I don't know if I went off track a little bit, probably, but yeah. This was a fun little chit chat in the little corner of my house. Not really corner, but anyway. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to my cats for joining me as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.